Hi everyone, it's Crystal Bashara and welcome back to my artist channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a fireplace effect done with alcohol markers. All of the products are listed below and this is the last page in my book, Tea Time Tales. Don't forget to put an extra protective sheet behind the page that you're working on. So basically I'm going to be working pretty much from light to dark, starting with a really neutral, pale yellow color, and I'm filling up the core of the flame with this pale yellow color. Essentially it's going to be almost like an ombre effect, if you can picture highlights going from light to medium to dark. At this time I'm picking up an ever so slightly darker yellow, and I'm just edging the center of that pale flame with just a little bit more contrast. Here I'm picking up a little bit of an orangey yellow and I'm just edging the flame with that. I'm trying to work quickly. We know alcohol markers blend beautifully when they're still wet, so that's the idea here, is that we end up with soft edges. So whenever possible, we just kind of pick up the pace. I like having all of my markers ready and on hand. I can take that same orangey yellow and then just start bringing it down. I can make decisions as I go, just deciding whether I want to fill in certain areas or layer. Here, as you can see, I'm putting a little bit of that orangey yellow on the back of the fireplace so that we can create a reflective glow. And I overlapped the edge of the flames a little bit, and that of course darkens and creates a slightly deeper value. So I'm just popping in some of that warm glow around the flame because of course it would cast the light on the inside. Now this seems like a little bit of a jump, but I've gone ahead to a dark chocolatey brown. I'm putting that on now, and I'm actually not even being too careful about the texture or anything like that. Inside a fireplace is textural and a little bit gritty and a little bit rough. So when that dark chocolatey brown is still wet, I've jumped in with a rusty brown color, and I'm trying to connect and blend it in with that yellow glow that we established a little bit earlier. From here, it's still going to look a little bit messy, but that's okay. What I want to do is create some cast shadows with that dark brown or the rusty brown and just outline some of the brickwork to make them a little bit more pronounced. Now I'm going in with that orange color and I'm just placing it in behind, creating more contrast and distance in the values between the fire and the dark sections of either the fireplace itself or some of the little flickering flames. All the while, I want to kind of keep moving at a good pace, making sure that if I do want to blend, the marker is still active. Here I'm going back around the edges, and because it's a second layer, that dark brown that I used earlier looks quite contrasting, quite dark. Again, I don't mind if I'm a little bit messy here. We're going to do a bit of soft blending afterwards. Basically, I'm just trying to increase the contrast, create a little bit more depth, and have the inside of the fireplace recede a little bit. So I'm really paying attention to any juncture points where the bricks meet the corners. And then if I want more contrast, like I'm doing here, I can just keep grabbing now between any of the markers that make the most sense to me. In this case, the rusty brown color is working to keep a nice warmth while at the same time applying more color and increasing the contrast. Really makes a much more dramatic effect for the fire. We can't make the flame any brighter. All we can do is make the surrounding area a little bit darker. So by working in these baby steps, we can make decisions as we go. So here I'm just making some conscious choices to darken some of the edges and really develop a little bit more of a dynamic range of value. Ooh, finally it's time to add some black. Now you can see where I'm going into some of the crevices and really outlining the inside of the fireplace, the insert part with the black. If this is too harsh, I can blend it down with a chocolatey brown color. So yes, I've decided that I want to soften the transition between the dark and the medium, and I'm just taking that chocolatey brown color and kind of smooshing it in. You don't have to create a flame-shaped glow. In fact, a fire creates a soft oval or round glow, so the shape can be non-specific at this point. I do want the flame to kind of be reflecting on the edge walls, not just the back wall. And of course, finally, we get to color in some of the logs and focusing a lot of that shadow on the bottom edge of the logs or any of the logs that are underneath and not catching any of the light of the flame. Now, I do want some of the glow of the fireplace to reflect off of the hearth, especially if it's a shiny stone or marble. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. I'm just starting with a cool gray, filling in the hearth. We'll just imagine that that is a nice polished stone. From there, I'm taking a warm gray and just kind of outlining the edges and adding a little bit of extra contrast. So kind of like we did before, starting light, edging it in dark, and then finding a medium gray to blend the two together. Now the warm color of the fireplace means that there would be a warm reflective glow right in the center of the fireplace. For this, I'm actually reaching for a yellowy green. Again, don't forget all of the colors and marker colors are listed below, as well as a free printable image that you can practice this fireplace effect on. So make sure you grab that link. Now, because the front edge of the hearth isn't a facade where the light would be directly reflecting, I'm going to darken the front edge. And here you can see I'm just using a gray and a few quick strokes. Now, once again, just to add that little bit of realism, I want to consider any edges that might be grabbing some of the reflective warmth that the flame is casting. So that would be that inner edge of the surround. And I'm actually not too concerned if the blacks or the browns from the inside of the fireplace brickwork bleed, because sometimes the flames lick the edges and create kind of a sooty effect around the rim. So I start with a lighter yellow and now I'm adding a little bit of a warmer yellow just to kind of blend everything together. Depending on the color that your hearth will be, or the marble or the stone or whatever kind of work for the mantle, you can decide on the colors of your choice. I'm just creating a kind of a light mantle here, so it's really going to pick up on that beautiful warm fireplace glow. Things can be a little messy here. I think with markers, people feel like they need to be really, really tight, but you can always clean up your lines afterwards. So that's it for this tutorial. Please let me know if you enjoyed this. I'm a watercolor artist and a fine artist, so I'm usually sharing watercolor videos, but if you're enjoying these colored marker tutorials or colored pencil tutorials, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So as I mentioned, this is the final page of my personal coloring book, The Tea Time Tales. It's available worldwide from Amazon. All of the links are down below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you the next time. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, or share this video.